Welcome to Have More Babies. Today, we're tackling something that can uh, really put a damper on summer fun for kids. Seasonal allergies. We've looked at some sources that detail not just the sniffles and sneezes, but 8 pretty practical ways parents can help shield their children.
That's right. It's a really common issue.
Okay, so let's get into this. If you thought allergies were just a spring thing, well, think again. Summer allergies often kick off around June, sometimes July, depending on where you are, and they can stick around right through September. Our goal today is really to give you the tools, the knowledge to manage these things so your kids can actually enjoy their summer break.
And it's important to understand what's actually happening biologically. This isn't just, a regular cold. We're talking about allergic rhinitis, hay fever, most people call it. It's basically a natural process gone a bit haywire. Grasses, trees, weeds, they release pollen, tiny particles. And when a kid's immune system sees these as, like, invaders, it pumps out histamine. That histamine floods the bloodstream, and boom, that's what triggers all those symptoms we see.
The itching, the sneezing.
Exactly. The body's trying to fight something off that isn't really a threat. It's also worth pointing out, allergies can start at any age, but typically, they don't show up until a child's around 2 years old. The immune system needs time to develop that sensitivity.
Right, right. Okay, so let's talk triggers. This is where it gets specific. I often just say pollen, but the sources we look at pinpoint some major players in the summer months. Grass pollen is apparently the biggest one. For kids and adults, it's just everywhere, which makes it tough. We're talking specific types, too, like Bermuda, Bahia, fescue, Johnson grass, Kentucky blue, rye, Timothy. Quite a list.
Yeah, that's a big category. And it's not just grass, even though that's dominant in summer. Tree pollen, often linked to spring, can definitely still be a factor, especially with certain weather patterns like cool nights and hot days. Depends on your local trees, obviously. But then you've got weeds and molds. They play a huge part, and they're very weather dependent. Mold spores, for instance. People think damp, right? But they can actually thrive when it's dry and windy, too. They get blown around easily. Or, in high humidity, fog, dew. Depends on the climate.
It's interesting. Dry and windy, too. And what about late summer, early fall? Those seem to sneak up on people. The sources mention mugwort, a perennial plant with proteins that cause reactions.
Right.
And the big one, ragweed, sounds notorious.
Oh, ragweed is huge.
Yeah.
It produces these tiny, super lightweight pollen grains.
Lightweight means they travel far.
Exactly, hundreds of miles sometimes.
Yeah.
And the sources say a single plant can produce up to 1 billion pollen grains.
A billion, seriously.
Yeah, 1 billion. Production runs from August right through till the first frost, sometimes into November.
Wow. Okay, so if one plant makes that much and it travels, trying to avoid it outside sounds almost impossible.
Pretty much. That's why ragweed is such a common and potent allergen. Those tiny grains get past our natural nose filters really easily, and it highlights why controlling the indoor environment is so critical. Because some of those billion grains are getting inside.
Good point. And it's not just plants, is it? The sources mentioned other potential triggers, too.
Definitely. Things like latex, even dirty clothes or toys that picked up pollen outside, also fungi, dust, dander from pets, a big one, and sometimes even certain foods can cross-react or bacteria. It can be a complex picture.
Right. Parents need to be detectives sometimes.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay, let's switch gears to symptoms. Most parents know the obvious ones, the ones that look like a summer cold that just won't quit. The itchy nose, itchy throat, the constant sneezing, congestion, that clear runny nose, maybe postnasal drip.
The classic hay fever picture, yeah.
But some symptoms are less obvious, maybe more concerning.
For sure, like the connection to eczema. The medical term is atopic dermatitis. It's actually the most common chronic inflammatory skin issue in kids.
And that's linked to allergies.
Often, yes. While not every case is allergy-driven, there's a strong link. Especially with hay fever and asthma in younger children, it's sometimes called the allergic march. One condition can sort of lead into another.
Okay. And asthma attacks. That's a really serious one.
Absolutely. Airborne pollen is a known asthma trigger. It can cause the airways to tighten up, making it hard to breathe.
But the sources mentioned it's not just pollen in the summer that can trigger asthma.
Correct. That was interesting. Things like just vigorous activity, running around, playing hard, or even a long walk if it's intense exercise. Also fumes, sudden cold air, like walking into strong AC and general air pollution, all potential triggers during the summer season.
So managing summer asthma isn't just about pollen avoidance, it's activity management too.
It often involves that, yes.
Now, something called PFAS or OAS, Pollen food allergy syndrome?
Yes, pollen food allergy syndrome or oral allergy syndrome, PFAS or OAS. This is fascinating and important for parents to know about. It happens because the proteins in certain raw fruits, vegetables, or nuts look very similar structurally to proteins in pollen.
Okay.
So when a child eats that raw food, their immune system gets confused. It thinks it's encountering the pollen it's allergic to, and it reacts, but usually just locally.
Locally meaning just in the mouth.
Exactly. That's the key differentiator. With OAS, you typically see symptoms like an itchy mouth, maybe tingling lips, a scratchy throat. Might be a little swelling right there, but it's usually brief. Once the food is swallowed and hits the stomach acid, the proteins break down and the reaction stops. Generally, no treatment needed.
Okay, so how do you know it's just OAS and not a more serious systemic food allergy?
That's the crucial part. If the symptoms stay only in the mouth-throat area, it's likely OAS, UAT, and this is a big bowl of emphasis, but if symptoms spread beyond the mouth, like hives on the skin, vomiting, trouble breathing, that's a sign of a systemic reaction. That suggests potential anaphylaxis, a serious emergency, and needs immediate medical help and proper allergy testing. The localized nature is the telltale sign of OAS.
Got it. That's a really helpful distinction. Okay, let's move to what parents can actually do, the practical stuff. We've got 8 strategies from the sources. Let's maybe group them. How about starting with controlling the environment?
Makes sense. Control is key. You want to make inside the house a sort of safe zone, a clean air zone. Strategy 1 is basically reducing that allergen exposure. So keep house windows shut, run the air conditioning that filters the air.
Same for the car, right? Windows up.
Yep, windows up in the car.
And timing outdoor play. The sources said something about rain.
Right. Best time to go out is actually after a good rain and washes pollen out of the air temporarily. Conversely, try to limit heavy outdoor play when it's really windy that just stirs everything up.
And maybe keep kids away from lawn mowing or pulling weeds.
Definitely. Those activities kick up massive amounts of pollen and mold spores.
Even pets need managing, like the dog bringing pollen inside.
Yeah, pets are like furry pollen magnets. A quick wipe down with a damp cloth before they come inside can help reduce what they track in.
Okay. That leads nicely into the next area, hygiene habits.
Exactly. Strategies 2 and 3 fit here. Frequent hand washing is crucial. Think about it. Kids play outside, get invisible pollen on their hands, then touch their face, eyes, nose.
Yeah, constantly.
So washing hands right after coming inside is a simple but effective step.
And showering at night.
Yes, make that a non-negotiable habit. Pollen sticks to hair, skin, clothes. Taking a shower or bath before bed washes all that off so they're not sleeping in an allergen cloud. And clean PJs every night, obviously. Don't rewear clothes they had on outside.
Good point. Okay, strategy 4 was about hydration. How does drinking water help allergies?
Well, allergies often mean lots of mucus production, right? That causes congestion. Drinking plenty of water helps thin that mucus, making it easier to clear. It kind of flushes the system. Plus, it keeps mucous membranes hydrated, which can actually make them less prone to infection.
Simple, but makes sense.
Next up, strategies 5 and 6 focus on rest and the bedroom environment. Sleep is really important. The immune system functions better when you're well rested. So ensuring your child gets enough sleep, maybe even shifting bedtime a bit earlier during peak season, can help their body cope.
And the bedroom itself, making it an allergy-free zone.
As much as possible, yeah. Keep it clean, dust regularly, wash bedding sheets, pillowcases at least once a week in hot water. Hot water is key to killing dust mites, another common allergen.
Allergy-proof covers for pillows and mattresses, too.
Highly recommended. They create a barrier against dust mites and other allergens building up in the bedding.
Okay. Strategy 7, checking the pollen count.
Yeah, be informed.
Like checking the weather forecast, but for pollen. Lots of websites and apps have that data now.
Exactly. If the count is super high, maybe plan indoor activities.
And the sources said counts are often highest in the morning.
Generally, yes. Pollen release tends to peak in the morning hours. So planning more strenuous outdoor fun for later in the afternoon or early evening might be better on high pollen days.
Yeah, smart. Okay, the final strategy, number 8, when to see a doctor.
This is crucial. If you've tried these basic steps, avoidance, hygiene, maybe over-the-counter meds, and the symptoms are still severe, hard to manage, or really impacting your child's life, then it's time to consult your pediatrician or an allergist.
What can they do?
Well, first, they can help confirm it is allergies. Then they might recommend testing, like a blood test or a skin prick test. These can help pinpoint the specific things your child is allergic to, which grasses, which trees, molds, etc.
And knowing the specifics helps with treatment.
Absolutely. If specific triggers are identified, treatments like allergy shots immunotherapy might be an option. These shots involve giving tiny, gradually increasing doses of the allergen over time. The goal is to sort of desensitize the immune system, make it less reactive.
Okay, that makes sense. So wrapping this up, what's the big picture here?
Seasonal allergies are super common, a frequent issue for kids.
Right.
And while you can't just wave a magic wand and make them disappear completely,
Unfortunately not.
the symptoms can be managed effectively. It's about being proactive, controlling the environment, and knowing the triggers.
So moving from just reacting with tissues to actively planning and preventing.
That's the core idea. The biggest takeaway, I think, is that effectively controlling your child's allergies starts with observation. Pay attention. Identify what activities, what times of day, what specific exposures seem to make their symptoms worse. Then, avoid those triggers as much as possible. Combining that awareness with good hygiene and environmental control, that's your best strategy.
It sounds like a lot, but definitely empowering for parents. We know trying to figure all this out, the triggers, the right steps, managing symptoms day to day can feel overwhelming, especially when you just want your kid to have a fun summer.
It can be challenging.
If you need more personalized guidance, help identifying those specific triggers, or maybe exploring testing options for your child,
Getting expert advice is a good next step.
we definitely recommend checking out omegapediatrics.com. They offer both in-office and telemedicine appointments.
Yes, omegapediatrics.com is a great resource. They can really help you tailor a plan for your child's specific needs and symptoms.
So please visit omegapediatrics.com today for more helpful tips and to look into appointment options. And hey, if you found this conversation helpful,
We hope you did.
please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel for more useful info like this, and share it. Share it with other parents who might be dealing with the summer sniffles and sneezes right now.
Absolutely. Spread the knowledge. Until next time, keep learning, stay proactive. Goodbye.